preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's second down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Prescott off play action. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Prescott. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game.
He's got a man, complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A run with Mostert up the middle. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. And how about the big boys showing off the wheels?
Let's face it, anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and the rumbling, you can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Prescott now. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
On third down, it's Prescott. And this one quickly to Lamb. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 17-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Buying time to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Down, Prescott. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Off the play action, Tagovailoa. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Prescott. Fighting through pressure. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I don't know what you were seeing on that play, but it felt to me like I wasn't watching a football field. I was watching a boxing ring. He was bobbing and weaving and trying to make sure he kept the play alive. Just didn't turn out well for him in the end, did it?
Impressive that he stayed in the pocket while avoiding those couple of would-be tacklers, but eventually goes down. Watch out for Hill on the return. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. Touchdown! Ezekiel Elliott, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Extra point by Mara, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. That's swung out to Mostert. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Well, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Going to look deep for Wilson. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Marr is good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, they'll run it with Mostert.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up on the ground with Wilson. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A give. This is Wilson. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And to the left side here, Wilson.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Play action. Now it's Tua rolling to his left.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, this is Mostert.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. They hand it off to Mostert, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They fake the handoff, now Tua.
That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Dolphins have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 14-10. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his target. It's Schultz.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Now Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw is Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup.
Finding room at midfield.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. 30 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Prescott. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And down to the 36-yard line here. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Trying to run for it with Pollard. It'll be a gain of 2. And speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
The 30. 10. 5. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me.